You ever go to the doctor, check in, sit down in the waiting room, look around, and then you notice right there on the table, there's a candy dish, there's a bowl of candy or something like that. You ever have that happen? I see that all the time. And it just really makes me wonder what is going on here. Now, there's a few different reasons that this could be. And if you look up online, like let's say you do a search with AI chat asking why they do this, they'll come up with these excuses that, it's a tradition thing, something they started doing a long time ago before they knew candy was bad for you, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Well, I really think there's three reasons that could be why they do this. Number one could be that the doctors themselves actually don't know. It's the office people that are putting the bowl of candy out there, and the doctors don't know that it's out there. It's plausible. Second reason, I think, is that they actually don't care. They either figure, you know, I, it's not really a problem that people eat candy, or they just think, I'm going to treat them with medication anyway, and they don't really care. And the third thing is they don't know enough about nutrition to where they actually think there's nothing wrong with it. They eat candy themselves. Now, one could say, yeah, you could have candy here and there and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Personally, I used to be that way. Probably ate candy more than I should have. But now I don't want to put any candy in my mouth. I mean, occasionally it may still happen if I give in to temptation, but I don't want to do that because I know the candy is bad for you. And it just adds inflammation. And, it messes with your sugar levels and stuff, especially as you're getting older in that, right? So I really tend to get a bit upset when I see this. And it's not just like a regular doctor's office. Like my cardiologist, the last time I went there, it was obviously that was a while. It was about 10 months ago. When I went there, I sat down in the waiting room and there was literally a bowl of candy out there. And this was like 10 months ago, somewhere in there. So it was after Halloween time period, it's like, or I guess around Thanksgiving time, maybe close to early December. I think it was actually in early December, so it was after Thanksgiving even. Um, so you can't even use the excuse of, oh, it was Halloween or anything like that, you know. And as a cardiologist, seeing people for heart issues, and realistically, one of the biggest reasons for heart issues is the amount of sugar that we consume. Diabetes leads to heart disease and so forth. You know, it's just insane to me. Now, here's an interesting thing. I haven't been to a dentist in a while, but the last time I went to a dentist, well, maybe it wasn't the last time, but somewhere around there, um, I had a chipped tooth from something. I can't remember. Well, I believe it was a cavity that had a filling when I was younger, and then the filling like chipped out, right? And the dentist made a comment to me saying, yeah, candy helped me put my kids through college because people eat candy and it rots their teeth. Well, all dentists know candy is bad for your teeth, but doctors don't really think or care that candy is probably bad for you. They don't think that just because it's bad for your teeth, that it's not bad for anything else. They can't think that, right? There's no way. I mean, if it's rots your teeth, what else does it do to your body, right? It's got to do more than just rotting your teeth. And again, we already know, sugar leads to too much sugar in your body ends up leading to prediabetes, diabetes, dementia, all kinds of different diseases, inflammation, which can lead to autoimmune diseases and so forth, right? So all of that stuff comes from sugar, which is in candy, you know. all candy pretty much has sugar in it, and doctors just seem to think it's okay and have the candy dishes out there. And I just don't understand. Even if Chat GPT is right in saying it's more of a traditional thing, why do we have this tradition? Why can't we change this tradition? It just frustrates me that so many doctors' offices have candy dishes, and they're supposed to be a place of health. They're supposed to be able to tell you that, this is what you need to do to be healthy, but they aren't set up that way. Our system isn't set up that way. They're not really set up to tell you how to be healthy. It's, I can give you this medication and it'll make you feel better. They might say that it'll make you healthy, but really, realistically, it's just going to make you feel better. It's masking the problem. Any kind of medication is masking the problem, not really fixing the root cause. But that's another story. But I don't know. Why don't you weigh in on this? Why do you see, first of all, do you see doctor's offices by you that have candy dishes? Like almost every doctor's office I go into is like that. Whether it's taking somebody to their appointment or something, or going to an appointment myself for different things, whether it's an injury I've had or sickness or something or whatever it is, a checkup, going to the cardiologist because I had AFib. I used to go there quite often. I still go once a year, that type of thing. Whatever it is, though, any type of doctor's office, I've always seen this. And it has been a while since I've been to the dentist, but I can't remember seeing candy dishes at dentist offices, which is interesting. Why is it the doctor's office, not the dentist? Like the dentists know and care, I guess, even though, like the one dentist said to me that time, Gandhi put my kids through college because of all the cavities that people had and stuff. But it's just interesting. So I want to hear, what do you think? Do you see candy dishes at your doctor's office? And what do you think about it? Like, why do you think that they do that? Why is that the common thing to do? And what can be done about that? That doctors tend to, they just need to start paying more attention to nutrition. And, they're not really taught nutrition in school. I get that. But they need to start learning about nutrition because it's quite obvious to a lot of people that nutrition has a lot to do with your health. And we need to stop being this society that all we do is try and put a band-aid out there, quick fix, and not get to the root of the problem and fix things, which a lot of times is fixed through nutrition.